Hi, welcome to my video on decimals, and this is the first practice A on decimals. So just reviewing the decimals again. Number 1, state the place value of each underlined digit. So we have 14.768. So this is ones, tens, tenths, hundreds, thousands. So that's the 7 is tenths. We have 61349.08. This is a decimal. So that's ones, tens, hundreds. HUN, hundreds. We spell it right. HUND. C, again, this is decimal place. So it's on this side, tenths, hundreds, thousands. So the place value is thousands. So that's the TH. Again, on this side, 1, 10, 100, 1,000. So on this side is thousandths as a 1 over 10, 1 over 100, 1 over 1,000, etc. And here we have 152869 decimals 304. This is decimal. That's 10, 100, 1,000. Sorry, 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So that's 10,000. Number 2, state the value of 0.41. So that's the 1 is in the, that's the tenths, hundreds. So the value is 41 hundredths. Again, the 1 is in the hundreds place, so it's 41 hundredths. Expressed as a decimal. We could do it a couple of ways. One way is to say 4 times 100 is 400. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus, and that's 1 over 1,000, so that's decimal 001, so that's 0.002. If you do that way, so that gives us 4. There's no tens. 6 ones, decimal 002. Another way, this is in 4 times 100. That's in the hundreds place. So let's look at the decimal. We got 6 times 1, so that's the tens. There's no, sorry, that's the ones. So it's 6 ones. No tens. We got 4 times 100, so that's 400. And there's 1 over 10 is not there, so there's no tenths. 1 over 100 is not there, so there's no hundreds. And there's 2,000. This is just another way to do it. Number 4, change 2.17 to an improper fraction. So an improper fraction, that's 2. And that's 17, so that's 17 over 100, because the 7 is in the hundreds place. So it's an improper fraction. 2 times 100 plus 17 is 217 over 100. So again, multiply 2 by 100 to get 200 and add 17. So that's the improper fraction. Number 5, express as a mixed number. As a mixed number is 43, and that's tenths, hundreds, thousands, so that's 29 over 1,000 as a mixed number. Number 6, write 1.23535 repeating as a repeating decimal, so it's 1.2, and 35 is repeating, so it's 35 repeating. So we go with the decimal place. That's as a repeating decimal. And it keeps on going, so the 3 dots indicates the 35 is repeating. Number 7, classify each decimal as terminating, repeating, or non-terminating, non-repeating. So this is 1, 2, 1, 2, dot, dot, dot. So that's 1, 12, 1, 2 is repeating. So it's a repeating decimal. And this is terminating because it stops. So 43.6 stops, so it's terminating. And this one right here, it's not terminating because the 3 dots. So is it repeating or not repeating? So there's 0702, so it's not terminating, non-terminating. And it's non-repeating. And as we go further in math, we discover that this number is irrational. That's coming up later in the math. And let's continue. Change each to a decimal. So we have a fraction to a decimal, so over 100. So that's 0.09 is hundredths place. 9 is in the hundredths place. This is 10 thousandths, so it's 0, no tenths, no hundredths. That's tenths, hundredths, thousandths, tens of thousands, so it's a 4, 3. The 3 has to go into tens of thousands place. And right here, as a decimal, divide by 10, we get a 68.1. When we have 181, the decimal is right there. When we divide by 10, the decimal moves one place to the left, so it's 81. Sorry, 68.1. And expressed as a decimal, so it's a 5. And 41 over 100 is decimal 41. 5.41. This is over 1,000, so it's 62. The 1 is in the thousandths place, so that's tenths, hundredths, thousandths. And we have 146. 9 tenths is decimal 9. Now we have these up here are out of hundreds and thousands, etc., but these are not. So one way is to make sure your denominator can be expressed as a 10, 100, or 1,000. So we multiply by 2, and 2, we get 6 over 10. 6 over 10 is decimal 6. 1/4, we need multiply by, to get 10, no, multiply by 25, it gives us 100. So that gives us 25 over 100, and out of 100 is 0.25. Another way to do that would be to divide the denominator into the numerator. But if you can get it out of 10, 100, or 1,000, it's quicker. So 5 times 20 is 100. 5 times 7, so that's 35 over 100. And 35 over 100 is decimal 35. And we want a decimal for 4 1/2, so that's 1/2 is decimal 5. And out of here, so we have a 13, we're going to multiply it by 4 and 4, so that gives us 100 over 44. So that's 13.44. Now we got a decimal 1 and 2/5. So let's look at the 2/5 first. 2/5 we multiply by 20. So that gives us decimal 1 and 100 over 40. So that's 0 decimal, and 40 over 100 is 40, and the 0 on the end is not needed, so we got decimal 14. Notice that at 2/5 is, again, we could go 2/5, we could go multiply by 2 and get 4 over 10, and 4 over 10 is 0.4. It's just another way, out of 100 or out of 10. Now we have it out of 40. So to get 100 here, we have to multiply by 2.5, but another way is to divide the denominator into the numerator. Make that a 7, not a 9. So the decimal is right there. So we place the decimal there, move it up. So the decimal doesn't move, so we put on a 0. 40 into 70 is a 1, so that's 40. Subtract, and you get 10. Subtract, what I did, I subtract, got 10. That's my brain not functioning properly. Make those mistakes. That's a 30, so you 40. So 4 7s are 28. So this is 7, 2,800. So that's a 20. Put another 0, bring it down. So 40 into 200 is a 5. So the answer is 0.175. Again, you can use a calculator, but I'm using my pen and my brain. 3/8. Well, I've learned that 1/8 is 0.125. So 3/8 is 3 times 0.125. So that's 0.375. If you learned it, 0.375. And if you haven't, you can divide 8 into 3. If you haven't memorized it, 8 into 3, again, the decimal is on the end to the right of each. Move it up, put a 0 on. 8 into 30 goes 3. 3/8 are 24. 6. Another 0. 8 into 60 goes 7. 7/8 are 56. We get a 4. Another 0, bring it down. 8 into 40 goes 5. So that's either you got to memorize that is 0.3 times 0.125, or you divide it out. 5/9. Any number divided by 9 is going to be a repeating decimal. So again, I've learned that 1/9 is 0.111 repeating. So 5/9 is 5 times that. So 0.555 repeating. Or you can go 5 is repeating with a bar. Or you can divide 9 into 5. Decimals are on the end. Move it up. 9 into 50 goes 5. 5 9s are 45. Subtract and get a 5. Bring down another 0. 9 into 50 goes 5. Get a 45 again. So it keeps repeating. So that's the answer, or decimal 5 with a bar above it. 7/18. Again, not a good number, so let's divide 18 into 7. Decimal, move it up. Put a 0 on. 18 into 7, 70. So 3. 2 times 18 is 36. Let's try 3. That gives us 3/8 are 54. Carry a 2. And we get a 6 and a 1. Put a 0 there, bring it down. And if you can use a calculator and put 7 in, divide it by 18, and you get the answer. And we estimate a 7 or an 8, but it's 8. 8/8 are 64. Carry a 6 is 144, and that gives us a 16 again. We got another 0, bring it down. So you can see that that's 160. This is 160, so that's an 8 again. They give us 144, which gives us 16. So the answer is 0.388, repeating, or it's 0.38 with a bar above the 8. And another one to do here, we got 10 divided by 33. Again, 33 is not a good number to get in terms of 100. So let's divide 33 into 10, see what happens. Decimals on the 33 is there. Decimal on the 10 is there. Decimal's already to the right, so I don't have to move it, just move it up. Put a 0 on. 33 into 100 goes 33. So that's a 99. Subtract, and I get a 1. So I get another 0. Bring it down. 33 into 10 can't go. So bring down another 0. 33 into 100 goes 3. And that's 99. Subtract and get a 1. So you can see it's repeating. So it's if you go again, you get another 0. So you see that it starts to be, so it's 0.3030, and the 3 0 is gonna, there's the pattern, so it's 0 decimal. So 3 0, not just the 3 repeating, it's the 3 0 that's repeating. Okay, it's the last one on this video, last page. Place each in descending order from the highest to the lowest. So we have tenths, that's 12, 1.56. So these are, there's no ones, 1, 1, 12. So 12 is the highest number here because it's 12 out of 2 ones and 1 10, so 12 is higher. The next, let's cross that out, next is any more ones or tens above the decimal, so we got 1.56 is next. So we got no tens, sorry, you got no ones. There's no ones, no one, no one, no one. So all of these are going to the left. So now we're going to tenths. So this is 4 tenths. This is 7 tenths. This is 1 tenth, 2 tenths. So 7 tenths is next. So 0.73 is next. And in terms of 10, we got a 4, a 2, and a 1. So we got 0.42 in terms of tenths. And the next one is 1 and 2. So it's 0.2 in terms of tenths. And the last one is 0.126. And we have them all accounted for. So notice a 12, 1.56. This is 7 tenths, 4 tenths, 2 tenths, and 1 tenth. So that's the correct order, descending order. B, in descending order. Now, do we have any? We got 0 decimal in each of these, so there's no ones. So we look for the tenths. So this is 5 tenths, 3 tenths, 3 tenths. So 0.51 is the highest. Now we look for, we got 4 tenths. Okay. We got no more 4 tenths, no more tenths, 4 tenths. So then we look for, we got 2 tenths, 3, 3, and none. So we got 3 tenths is next. So it's, this is in terms of tenths, but you got tenths the same, you got hundredths the same, and you got thousands. So this is 5,000 more than, this is 5 thousandths, this is 4 thousandths, so this is the next one, 0.315. The decimal is a little bit high there. So that one is gone. So this one is 0.3146. And we got 2 tenths and no tenths, so 0.237 is next. And this one on the end is no tenths, and this is 900ths, so that's the correct descending order. Number 7, round each 7146 to the thousands. So 1, 10, 100, thousand. So because we have thousand here, this digit on the right is less than 5, so we don't change the 7, and we go 0, 0, 0. In other words, if you think about it, if you turn thousandths, so it's a 7146. So are you going to go to 7,000 is here, 8,000 is here. So the nearest thousandths, it's closer to 7,000 than it is to 8,000. And we go nearest tenths. Tenths is right here. So we look at the one to the right. That digit is greater than 5, so we got an 8, 1. So this becomes a 0, and we add 1 onto the 3. So it's really 81.4. And here we go to the nearest hundredths. Hundredths is, this is tenths, hundredths, so we're looking at this digit right here. This number to the right is less than 5, so that stays as a 2. So 4.02, 0, 0. So really it's 4.02. So you pick up the place value, see the digit on the right. If it's 5 or greater, you add 1 on to the place value. If it's not, you leave it alone. Ones is right here. This digit is less than 5, so this doesn't change. So it's 1, 3, 0, 6, 7, 0. And the ones place, so really, there it is. So when you look at the ones place, everything to the right becomes 0. So I wrote it down, then this is not necessary. And we're looking at thousands again, so tenths, hundreds, thousands. So we're looking at this place. Digit here is 7. This is 5 or greater, so we add 1 on. So we get 2, 6, 1, decimal, 3, 4, 8. And the digits to the right become zeros. But again, in this case, they're not necessary. So 6, 1, decimal, 3, 4, 8. It's the correct answer. So that's, again, a review of the decimals. It's always good to do a review and remind yourself, keeping your understanding of decimals. And again, if you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Visit my website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.